You may have seen the 3-part series I recently did where I overhauled the front suspension, and now the bike handles brilliantly. But there's another problem that I need to look at, and it's pretty urgent, and that is that I don't trust this bike is going to stop. And the reason why is because the hydraulic lines on the bike are the same age as the bike. As far as I know, these are the original hydraulic lines, so they're nearly 30 years old. Far, far, far too old to still be in service. And I can feel the difference. The brakes feel wooden, especially the front brake is very spongy at the lever, the rear brake is getting more and more spongy, and frankly, it's a bit of a time bomb. This video is about me defusing that time bomb. I'm going to replace the existing rubber, possibly perished old brake lines with new braided stainless steel lines. When you upgrade suspension, you carry more corner speed. When you carry more speed, you need more precision from your fingers. Right now, my bike feels like I'm squeezing a sponge. On a modern bike, you want 2-finger braking. On this, I'm using my whole hand and just kind of hoping. And that's not really a maintenance job. It's about bringing this 1990s tractor into the 2020s. The fix is a full stainless steel braided kit from hell. No more swelling, no more give, but there's a catch. Because I fitted taller Renthal handlebars and risers, a standard kit won't reach. So I've had the front line made 50mm longer. If my routing is off, or if I've miscalculated the length, the first time I hit full steering lock, I'm going to either snap a banjo bolt or kink a line. It's a tight fit and there is zero room for error. Out with the old murky fluid. It hasn't been changed in years. Now, routing of the brake lines is everything here. You want a natural curve, no tension, no rubbing against the forks. I'm looking for a kind of a factory look. I want the new lines to look exactly like they were installed by the factory. If it looks like it's some sort of amateur job, I've failed. You have to be really careful when you're dealing with brake fluid. Brake fluid eats paint for breakfast, so keep rags handy and get ready to wash stuff up with soapy water immediately if you spill some. Charlie, my lovely dog and sometime companion in the garage, is banished for this particular job because he's just too dangerous to have him near brake fluid. This is where most people lose their patience. Bleeding a dry system, which it is of course with new lines, takes time. You're looking for that click the moment the air is completely gone and the lever suddenly goes rock hard. And then the stress test. Full lock to lock. Does it pull? Does it bind? It's perfect. That extra 50mm was the right call. So I'm in the middle of doing the brake lines. I've done the front brake line completely. That's all finished and done. I started doing the rear brake line, and it's a bit of a pain trying to route the brake line through, but I got there eventually. And then when I started trying to bleed the system, nothing was really happening properly. Long story short, what I've discovered is that the rear brake cylinder was failing, and actually failed when I tried to use a vacuum pump to bleed the system. So, and I'm working on a deadline because I'm doing a big ride out today. So the fantastic guys at Motorworks up in Yorkshire, who I paid full price for, so that there's no promotion here, I got in touch with them, and yesterday afternoon, mid-yesterday afternoon, it's now about 9:30 in the morning, and a replacement master cylinder has just arrived. So I'm just going to fit it now, then bleed the system, then get the bike back together, then pack my gear, and then I'm off up to Lincolnshire on a one-night camping trip, which will be a different video. Okay, right, back to the normal program. On the road, the difference is immediate. The wooden feeling is gone. I actually have a good bite point now. I can feel exactly where the pads meet the disc. It's moved from a suggestion of stopping to a command. For a 30-year-old adventure bike, this feels pretty modern. So, here we are out on the road. Obviously I did a quick test ride after I finished the brakes, just locally on roads that I know very well. Front brake was absolutely fine. The rear brake, I had to go back and do more bleeding, even after I'd replaced the rear brake cylinder. But eventually we got there in the end. And now I'm actually about 90 miles from home on my way back from a little trip out overnight. But that's the subject of potentially another video. So I hope you found it really interesting. I try and keep it not too technical. There are plenty of how-tos out there. I like to try and talk about the problem, what do you do to solve the problem, and what it's like afterwards. And I can tell you, in terms of what's it like now, front brakes particularly are excellent. Really much better. The rear brake I think is about the same, but now I've got the confidence to know that the rear brake line is not going to let me down. I'm not going to have a hydraulic failure on that rear brake line because it's a brand new stainless one. Anyway, just a short video this one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to ride safe. Oh, and like and subscribe.